Hello, happy Monday. Okay, I am super pumped for tonight's chat. I am still admitting people in from the waiting room, so bear with me. Hello, hello. But I'm super pumped for tonight's chat because it's going to be one of two parts. And I'm going to do the first part tonight and then probably either the second. Next week is like the end of the year. And I normally like to do like a year end like huddle and like love on y'all a little bit more than normal. If that's possible. I feel like I've been loving so hard lately. But it's a good problem to have, right? So if it is not, for part one will be tonight, and I'm going to go over my top Instagram tips. 100% my top 5 Instagram tips. And then next week will either be my top Facebook tips or ending the month, and maybe we'll start the year with my Facebook tips. When I figure it out, I'll let y'all know. But I have it all written out. Y'all know I ride the struggle bus often. So I have it all written out. I know what I want to say. I just need to figure out what days I am going to say it. So I hope you guys are having a great Monday. Let's go ahead and start it off how we always start our Monday off, and drop your IAMs in the chat. I think honestly, IAMs are always important, but now more than ever, it's the end of the year. You're creating the energy and starting the energy for the new year. And I really, really, really want you guys to claim hard. Y'all know how I am, and I'm loving that the chat is exploding right now. Like, loving the fact that it just went whoop, really, really fast. That just made my heart very happy. Y'all know how I feel about IAMs. I am not shy about IAMs. I am not shy about self-development. Today, in my boot camp that I'm doing, I talked about self-development. So part of IAMs and part of self-development, they kind of go hand in hand. They are two separate things to me, and this isn't what I'm talking about tonight. I am actually going to talk about Instagram, but while we're on the topic of IAMs and you guys are continuing to drop them in the chat, I just wanted to chat about this for a second, because a lot of times people hear self-development and they roll their eyes. Hi, I was somebody. That was me. Hello. Hey, hi, hello. When I'm talking about somebody, I'm talking about me. And I'm sure I'm not the only one here who has ever, or when you first heard self-development, you were like, I don't know, did my eyes just roll? Did y'all see that? That was me, right? And I'm sure that there are other people in here who did that. And I did that for a very long time. And I always constantly was struggling with growing myself. And I could never figure out why, because I've always been confident. I've always been, you could tell me I'm the ugliest person in the room and I would say thank you. Like, I don't care. I've never cared what anyone thought about me. I've always been confident in myself as a person and myself as a woman, but I didn't understand the importance of self-development. I didn't understand the importance of IAMs until I started doing them every single day. I finally was like, okay, what is this stuff that everyone says I need to be doing? So finally I sat down and I listened to my first podcast and I was obsessed. And when I tell you all, my content had never been so good. It had never been so good. So if you are struggling with content for social media, I need you to change your type of self-development. I need you to, instead of listening to Pinterest, I need you to listen to somebody that's maybe going to put a little pep in your step, maybe going to light a little bit of fire underneath that tushy, right? Something that is going to put your mind and you're going to go, oh, yeah, I'm ready. You know what I mean? I am, if y'all didn't know by now, I am not a very sugar-coated softy person. And I talked to a bunch of my leaders. I know Brielle said this to me last week. She was like, we're like yin and yang, because she is a very soft touch and I have like a slap in the face touch. So we're like yin and yin and yang. And so it was great because you need people like that in your life. But for your self-development, a lot of times if you feel yourself starting to really be like, I don't know what I want to post. I don't know what I want to say. I don't have anything to say every single day. I need you to dive into some self-development, but not like Pinterest or anything like that. Like really ones that are going to light some fire underneath that tush and going to speak to you on a level that you're like, damn, I need to call myself out on my own bullshit. Because half the time it's not that you don't know what to post or how to post. It's that you are allowing fear to stop you. And if you had a one-on-one with me in the last 2 weeks, I have part of the boot camp is a one-on-one with me for 30 minutes and we chat about all sorts of things. Well, if you've had one with me and fear was a huge part of why you are stopping yourself or had anything to do with anything that we talked about, I probably told you this. So I'm going to tell everybody this because it is something that hit me hard when I heard it. And you're probably going to look at me like, why is my leader telling me this? But bear with me because I promise I'm not just a royal bitch telling you this. I mean it like in a positive way. Maybe I am a royal bee, it's fine. But I mean it in a positive way. So I want you guys to think and go into every single day. Now bear with me, but I want you to go into every single day knowing you're going to fail. You're probably like, bye. Why is my leader telling me I'm going to fail? Ew, like worst leader in the world. Ew, bye. Right? Bear with me because I need you to know that you are going to go into every single day going to fail at something, at least one thing. It might be a conversation. It might have nothing to do with this business. It might be mom role. It might be relationship role. It might be daughter or sister or friend or aunt or whatever it is that you are to somebody. It could be in that scenario, right? But I need you to go into every single day knowing that you're not going to be perfect at everything of your life that day. And the reason I say this and the reason why it hit me like a ton of bricks when I heard this was I was like, wow. Because at first I was put off. I was like, who is this telling me I'm going to fail? I don't fail. I bet on myself and I win. But I realized what they meant. You have to be willing to fail and know that you're going to fail at something, because then when you do have a rough day and a conversation goes bad or something happens in your life and you just, or a mom fail or mom guilt, because who has ever had that? Hey, hi, hello. If you're not a mom, bear with me. But I know I have daily where I look at Rylan and I'm like, I'm sorry, like something, right? The other day I yelled at him because he pulled and I didn't mean to yell. I was just in the middle of something and he pulled my charger of my computer out and I was like, oh no, I have 13 more one-on-ones and my computer's dying. And I like flipped and I was like, I'm so sorry. You are going to fail at something and it's okay, because the second you allow yourself the ability to know that you're going to fail, you no longer fear failure. You're ready for it. You're welcoming it in like, teach me something. When you flip the script of failure to yourself, you are never going to fear it because you are accepting it to learn lessons from it. I have failed hard. I've failed as a leader. I have failed as a friend. I have failed as a daughter. I have failed as a wife. I have failed as a mom many times, right? But I have used every single one of them of how to learn how to do it better tomorrow. I need you to apply that to your business. If failure is a part of your mindset with this business, I need you to understand that it happens to everybody. And I need you to accept it. I need you to welcome it in. And the reason I say that is because when you fear something, you create a block around it. When you fear something, nothing grows there. Abundance does not come from fear. Abundance does not happen when you have a mental block. This can happen a money mental block, a leadership mental block, a business mental block, a life mental. Y'all, we can have mental blocks. Like I could go on with the type of mental blocks I have had in my life, right? And I'm sure everybody here, because we all have stories. But what I need you to do is stop fearing the fact that you're going to fail and accept the fact that you're human. Accept the fact that it's going to happen regardless of you accepting it or not, so you might as well welcome it. You are not going to be great at everything. I am not great at everything. But what you are going to do is you're going to use every situation that happens and you're going to learn from it. What you're not going to do is allow it to bury you, because we are strong. We do not get buried. We are who we are and we are where we are because we persevere. I need you to have failure as a way to build and become abundant from it, not a way to sit here and be oh, I suck at this. Y'all, I need you to suck hard at something. I need you to suck at posting. I need you to suck at doing reels. I need you to suck at following. I need you to something, because guess what? Tomorrow you're going to be really good at it. Allow yourself to fail and allow yourself to be embarrassing. Allow yourself to be like, ooh, I don't know. Because when you pick yourself back up, you teach yourself how to do something so much more amazing because you put yourself there. You didn't allow failure to stop you. You didn't allow fear to get in your way. Okay, and this has nothing to do with what I wanted to talk about tonight. This was just something that I had on my mind and I needed to share. It just popped up. But y'all know me, I'm like a squirrel, so bear with me. But if we can all agree that we're going to end the year and start 2021 not being afraid of failure, but welcoming it, because we're going to learn from it every single day, because we're human, we're not perfect, we're not Pinterest, we're more of like an Amazon Prime type of group here, okay? So we're going to welcome it in. We're going to say, okay, what can I learn today? Load 2021, but more importantly, end 2020 with that heart and that mindset that whatever I feel is going to knock me down is just going to pick me back up tomorrow. I'm going to be stronger from it. 2020 was a year of a lot of things, but what I'm choosing to say 2020 was a year of growth. I got to learn myself. I got to learn things about myself that I never knew. And I'm going to take 2021 for perseverance. I'm going to come out of it stronger, just like the rest. Our entire team is going to come out of 2020 into 2021 booming. We are litty. Okay. So let's go into what I have to share tonight, because I actually took notes. Who's proud and who's surprised? I know Christina Tammy is probably excited because it's like notebook porn, but it's fine. Who is ready? Social media tips. Let's talk Instagram. So I have 5 main things about Instagram that I really want you guys to learn. I know, who am I with notes? Let's not get used to it, but it's fine. It's a new world. But let's talk Instagram. So the first thing I want to talk about with Instagram is stories. Okay? With stories, what I want you to know is be lame. And the reason I say this is because every single time, and I said probably 9 out of 10 of my one-on-ones that I have done have all said that they are afraid to be in their stories because they don't know what to share. They're like, I don't do fun things. Same. Y'all, if I could be in my little pod of a blanket on the couch watching Harry Potter 24/7, that's where I would be, because I am so lame. When I say I don't have, y'all, if you jump out of airplanes, I don't relate. If you sit on the couch and your kid is screaming, throwing snacks at you, and you're just like, I just want to watch Harry Potter, I relate, okay? But if you are jumping out of an airplane, twirling fire, or something exciting, I don't relate to that. Majority of people probably relate to the snacks being thrown at their forehead, okay? I need you to know that you don't have to be exciting to use your stories. Your stories are how you're going to build authentically. Your stories are how you are going to share you, the behind the scenes of you, the not so perfect. If you watched my reel yesterday, I talked about that comparison trap. I talked about that highlight reel that our grids are, right? Stories step away from our highlight reel. Stories show you. They show that weird, that quirky, that like anxiety butterball of a person that you are, or that I am at least. They show this stuff about you. You need to be willing to use your stories, even if you feel like you don't have anything to share. You drive to the post office to drop off samples, share. You haven't talked in your stories in a while and that $25 promo is going on, great. Put that little camera on your face and talk about it, babe. You are driving to work and it's early, but your capsules are, thank gosh for 3 steps, share. Do you see how you can share these things within your daily life without having to jump out of an airplane to scream 3 steps? You don't have to do that. You could literally drive to work and be like, it is 7 a.m. Like, my butt used to be in the Starbucks line, but now I'm ready. I can do this. So I need you guys to relate to normal, not relate to what you see on like a Lifetime movie, okay? Because if you watch Lifetime movies, you're probably like, whose life is that, right? I need you to be the normal. I need you to be, well, whatever normal is, but I need you to be the authentic. I need you to be the you, because everyone else is trying to be perfect. Let's show the world that you don't have to be. Okay. And that's what your stories are used for. So these are so important with working your business for stories. Not only are you sharing your life, but you are sharing your products, you're sharing the opportunity, you're sharing all these things. And I've said this on every single Work With Me Zoom I have ever hosted. If you did an opportunity story yesterday, congratulations, you worked your business yesterday. What are you doing today? Stories last for 24 hours. Every 24 hours, you need to be in them. So that way you constantly have things on them. For me, when people ask me how many stories I suggest a day, for me, I average around 10 slides. No, I'm not saying stress yourself and be like, I have to get 10. Oh my gosh, I only have 8. That's not what I'm saying, okay? I'm saying if you have 2 and it's your products and your products, we got to add some of you in there, and we need to add an opportunity story. Break it up between Thrive and real life, right? And what I mean by real life, because to me, Thrive is my real life at this point, like, hi, 3 years in, we're there. But I need you guys to like share if you are on a Zoom, share if you are driving to work, share if you are going to the post office, share if you are on a walk outside, share if your stories are your daily life. If you're not using your stories on Instagram, you are doing your business such a disservice. Can we also acknowledge the fact that it took me all of 2020 to know what disservice was and to use it the right way? If you've been here for all of 2020, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because we used to have to take a lot of time to tell me which word I was supposed to use. So y'all are welcome. I learned. But okay, so this is where you need to be present. This is where you're going to walk people through things, walking people through sales, walking people through Tuesdays, walking people through if you're doing something fun, walking people through if you're sitting on the couch. This is where you're walking people through you. They are meeting you. They are getting to know you. They are seeing what's important to you. If you are going to use your stories here, save them and post them on Facebook also. I'm not really talking about Facebook tonight. That'll be a different day, but I figured I'd throw that little tip in there before we do it, that whatever you post on your Instagram stories, save it and post on your Facebook stories. Okay, let me see what was next. Okay. My next biggest tip for Instagram is going to be your interactions. And this is probably something that I get a ton of questions on. I get most of my questions on my interactions and 3-2-1s. Y'all know I got 3-2-1s from Christina Brill. I just kind of gave them a different meaning. She does them a little bit different than me. Like, she uses them a little bit different. I've applied them to growing my interactions a little bit different. So for me, your interactions is how you build relationships. You're going to go to people who watch your stories. So again, we're back at stories. So if you're not using stories, you need to start using stories, okay? Because I'm going to teach you guys a new way that I've been interacting the last month that has really, really helped my inbox. So if you're not using stories, you need to be, okay? What I want you to do is, I don't know about y'all, but do you guys ever look to see who views your stories? Right? Okay, what I want you to do is, instead of just being like, oh, so-and-so unfollowed me and now they're still viewing my stories, because same, I always laugh at people that unfollow me and then they like view my story, but I'm petty Betty, so it's fine. I just kind of get a good little chuckle from it. So for me, if you are looking at your stories and you're looking at your views, I want you to start interacting with their stories. Why? Because they're watching you. Non-thrivers, I'm going to throw that out there, non-thrivers, because as much as I love y'all, you guys are not you guys are not an income producing activity idea for me, right? I am going to help you guys build your business, but as far as interacting, I'm not going to re-sign you. That's not compliant. I am not going to re-sign you, okay? We are a compliant team, and we are going to interact with non-thrivers. So really, really go through your views. And what I like to do, what I've been doing, I do it a lot of time like at night, or if I find myself like just like sitting down and I'm scrolling, I go to my stories And I scroll to the very bottom, because a fun fact about the algorithm is if you scroll to the very, very bottom, chances are it's people that you don't follow. Because the people that you follow and you watch their stories the most are gonna pop up at the top. So like for me, the top is Rob, my sister-in-law, Brielle, my neighbors, Taylor, Christina, Lindsay, my other sister-in-law, my brother. Like, you get the picture, right? Like, it's people that I interact with all day long, that I have been for a very long time. So what I do is, as much as I would love to interact with like my sister-in-law, it's like, sure, why not? But I'm not going to use Instagram for that, right? And if they want Thrive, they'll walk their booties through my front door and go to my pantry and be like, I need this, right? So what I do is I scroll all the way down to the bottom, because, oops, I scrolled down on my page. Because when you go to the bottom, these are going to be full of people that you don't follow. Therefore, when you're doing your story, like when you're doing interactions and you're interacting with the stories, y'all know how I tell you to scroll all the way to the back of your stories and start interacting? These are going to be people that won't even show up there because you're not following them. So these are going to be people that follow you and watch your stories. You are missing out on interacting with them. Watch their stories and interact with them. You're going to hit a whole new target market that you didn't even know was there, that is already watching you. They already know what you do. So interact with them. A lot of times people are afraid to reach out to you. I hear all the time I'm intimidating. I don't see it, but I hear it all the time. So it's fine. So to me, I'm like, well, shit, like these people probably are intimidated by me because I've heard I'm intimidating my entire life. And so maybe I just need to be like, hey, hi, hello. And like, tell them like, genuinely, I love their dog, because chances are I love your dog, and talk to them about what's in their stories. Again, we're interacting with their stories. It's real life and it's them. So just to recap what we have so far, you want to use your stories, be you in them. The more you use your stories, the more people are going to be able to watch them and see you. And then the second thing is, with interactions, a new type of interaction is people who view your stories scroll down to the bottom and see the people that you aren't following and interact with their stories. Another really good type of interaction that I do, that I talk about all the time, and I know I've done trainings on it, so I'm just going to touch on it real quick, is 3-2-1. Again, I got this from Christina Brill. I just do it a little bit different. I like to do 3-2-1 to only my new, like people I'm new to following. So what I do is same thing that she does. So if you're on Christina Brill's downline, you know what 3-2-1s are. If you have heard me talk about it, you know what they are. But 3-2-1 is liking 3 pictures, commenting on 2 pictures, so 2 posts, and then interacting with 1 story. So 3-2-1. And what I do this for is, if you've done a work with me before ever, you know that I go into the people that I'm following and I filter it to the latest following. Yes, Christina Brill just said she does it with new followers too, and it's great. I was going to touch on that next, but thank you for saying that. So I do it both ways. So for me, the first way I do it is the people I'm following. So if I grew my network the day before or this morning, very, very heavy, tonight I'll spend some time, instead of growing my network some more, I'll spend some time to get my face and my notification face into their notifications. Therefore, I will do 3-2-1s on people that I just followed. So if you filter your followed, like the people you were following, if you filter that section of Instagram, if you go to it on your profile, on the right-hand side, there'll be a little circle and there's an up arrow and a down arrow. If you click that, you'll click date followed latest, and it will literally pull up and put it list-wise of the person that you literally just followed 5 minutes ago all the way to the person that you followed when you first made Instagram. I work my way down that, doing 3-2-1s. Another thing I really like to do is when people follow me, I like to view their stories to see if they're a thriver. If they aren't, then I do 3-2-1 on them. Just to kind of be like, hey, I see you, like you know what I mean? I'm not saying thanks for the follow, because I mean, we're not from like Russia thanking people for adding us on Facebook, but we are friendly. So I'm on it tonight, y'all, don't mind me. we are going to just be like, if there's something in their stories or their posts, it's a really good way to just kind of interact with them. Another really good thing I use 3-2-1s for is unfollowing. If I don't see a single thing that I can interact with, if they haven't posted since 2017 and they don't use their stories, I unfollow them. It's a great 2 birds, 1 stone type of thing. So just keep that in mind when you are doing 3-2-1s. So first we had stories, next we had interactions. Number 3 is gonna be design your feed. I wanna talk about this design your feed because if you look, I want everybody to take a second and pull up their Instagram feed. If you're on your phone for Zoom, it's fine, you'll still hear me. Just go to your Instagram feed. I want you to look at it and I want you to ask yourself, would you join you? Looking at it, is it aesthetically pleasing? Okay, so now that you have this thought, would you join you off of that? Would you want to learn how to use social media from you off of that grid? This is a really fun thing to do because it's your own storefront. And y'all know I've called it that many times. But for me, and we talked about this in my boot camp, is presets. If you do not have a preset, and I want to say, I don't care what the picture looks like, but the tone of it, when it is all aesthetically pleasing together, you're going to notice a spike in your interactions and you're going to notice a spike in your following. And I don't say this like, oh, cover up, put a filter on. Like, I'm not telling you to Facetune yourself. No, we don't do that up in here. I'm not telling you to body morph yourself and like shrink your waist in and like, no, we're not doing that. I will never ever tell you to edit yourself. But what I am saying is you can literally design your feed with a preset by using it on your pictures to where when you go, there's something about a page when they follow me and I look at their page and they have a preset, I'm like, ooh, they got their life together. Like, y'all, I don't have my life together, but my page looks like it, right? You kind of look at it and you're like, ooh, it's really pretty. It's aesthetically pleasing. It makes you want to look at their content. When you design your feed and you design it to be aesthetically pleasing, you're going to notice that people are going to start looking for your content. Yeah, you can change your preset throughout the year. If you are going to change your preset, just try and stick with one for a couple months. So it fills it and then maybe do another one for a couple months. I personally am not that fancy and I like simplicity, and I found one that I love that I remade into my own. I just kind of tweaked it and made it my own. And I've stuck with it probably for like a year and a half now. Before that I had a really orange tone one. This one just kind of goes with my house color, my hair color. It gives me a nice little tan every now and then. So it works out well for me. So I say pick one that fits your tones, play with it, buy a couple, like 4 or 5. You can get them for as little as $5. And you can really play with them, apply them to 4 or 5 pictures. Just to make sure that it isn't just like a one, like you put a preset on one picture and it's like, ooh, this is good. Test it out with 4 or 5 pictures of different lighting that you normally use to make sure it's a good one for you before you commit to changing your page to it. I use the Instagram presets on like the Instagram story presets in my stories. That's not as important as your grid preset is. And I don't mean this to sound vain or shallow, but the reason I say this is because this is your storefront. This is going to be what people see of you at first glance. On social media, if you look at bloggers, if you look at influencers, like if you look at their page, you want to look at their stuff because their pictures are just eye-catching. That's what you can do here. So I want you to really love your feed, okay? I want you to look, and you're probably like, okay, I get it. Like, I need a pretty picture. Like, it's not about pretty pictures. It's about pretty social media and actually loving your feed. When you're gonna, and I've talked to a lot of people that did not want to use presets, but part of my boot camp, it's mandatory to use presets. Hi. And it's fine. I'm just a little psychotic. It's fine. But they're using them and they're like, I notice a difference. My interaction is up. My following is up, because people want to see it. People are looking for it. And I really want you to love your feed. It's your business and it's your storefront. Think about what colors you want and think about tones and go and look from there. Another thing with this is Lightroom. And tomorrow in the boot camp, I'm going to be sharing my top favorite apps. And in the video to go along with it is me explaining what I use each of the apps for. So if you are confused by any of the apps that I'm saying, and you're in the boot camp, I have a full explanation tomorrow on all of the apps that I use daily, weekly, monthly, whenever I use them, just how I've built my business and what I do. But Lightroom is something that you will use for your preset. You'll load your preset into Lightroom and apply it straight to your picture. I know it sounds time consuming, right? It's an extra like 4 or 5 minutes to take your picture, then load it into Lightroom, then put your preset on, then put it into Instagram, but your business is worth it. Don't just speed through. It's second nature now for sure. Don't just speed through your feed, because it's your appearance of your business. So I really want you to think of that. Make this fun for you and love it. Another really cool thing for designing your feed, I personally just use the draft section of my Instagram, but there is an app that I've been playing with and it's called UM. And what it will do is that you log into it, and what it does is it literally loads your Instagram pictures. Yeah. Did I say it wrong? Y'all know what I mean. I meant N, sorry. Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'm looking at you, Jen. That one. She has her screen like this, and I'm like, that one. So that one. So yes, that one. Thank you. Oh, I said UM. I have UN down here, but sorry, my M looks like an M. Yep, that one. There you go. See, takes a village, y'all. So I want you to download that, because what you're going to be able to do with it is it's going to completely put your Instagram feed on that app. So you're going to be able to load pictures. And the reason I say this is, and again, this is just a whole nother step to kind of building your social media to be a look for your business. If this is not your jam, I completely understand, but I want you to just give it a solid shot before you shoot it down, okay? Because I've heard a lot of people say, like, I don't want to put that much effort. This is your business. Put some effort into it. Make it look appealing. This is how you get aesthetically pleasing. I hear all the time, how do you get your page to look that way? A lot of time. Once you get a look that you like, it's not that time consuming, because you are constantly able to it's like habits. Just like with the boot camp, how I said after the 30 days, it's going to be a natural habit for y'all to do these healthy business routines. That's how this is with your feed also. So I want you to take that app, and what you can do is you can load like 6 pictures up in it. It won't load it to your Instagram, but it will show you what they will look like on your grid. I actually plan my grid out. Believe it or not, I plan my grid out. Your grid is your Facebook page. Sorry, I call it a grid because it's with the little squares. I plan it out. So if I have a selfie as the last picture, I'm probably going to do a picture farther away. If I have a picture of me in my kitchen, I'm probably going to change the colors so it doesn't all mesh together. I plan out what my pictures are going to be based on the older ones. So part of So what I've really been talking about lately, and I talked about today in the team chat, was planning out your content. We do that on Sundays in my team, and really, really planning it out. And I want you to get into the habit of planning out your pictures. It takes the guesswork out of it. I don't know about y'all, but I am so guilty of this. And I will always go and I have a great post I want to say, and then I'm like, oh shit, I don't have a picture. How many people have ever done that before? Because I do it all the time. So this takes that out of it. Yep, biggest issue ever, right? Like first world problems, but biggest issue ever in this business. So take the guesswork out of it. Part of some trainings that I've been doing recently in the boot camp is I talked about batching content. This is how you can use that batched content. You can plan out and take the guesswork out of it. So it's huge, huge, huge when you are growing and really building that brand. Really try and stick to it and try and break your feed up, okay? So we had stories, interactions, designing your feed. Number 4 is be intentional with your pictures, okay? And the reason I say this is when you are and this ties into the last one of designing your feed a little bit, is when you are planning your week, I need you to plan your content. If you aren't planning your week, well, I need you to start planning your week first. That will be our first hurdle. And then the next one is I need you to start planning your content, okay? The reason why I say this is y'all ask me, y'all have no idea how many times I hear, I need a day in the life of Lynn's. I need a step-by-step what your life looks like, how you work your business, like this, that. Y'all would be so disappointed. I'm very boring, one, which is fine because it's fine. But if y'all think I'm glued to my phone like this every second of the day, you are very, very, very mistaken. I plan my business. That is why I succeed in my business, because you have to think about it. If you go to your 9 to 5 or 12 to 14, if you're in the medical field, you are handed what you're doing for the day. You know your patient load. You know what, well, you don't know what's going to happen to them, but you know what their pre-existing conditions are. If you have a retail job, you know what you are doing for that job. If you have a corporate America job, you have your schedule of what you need to get done for the day, right? Why are you not doing this for your business? Yeah, Taylor knows. She just said, I'm not glued to it at all. Y'all have no idea how many times she comes over and I lose my phone. I'm like, shoot, where's my phone? And Ryland's like running away with it. So I literally, if you think I'm glued to my phone, I'm not. The reason why my business is successful is because I work it like a business. I plan it like a business. You really need to be planning out your week. And not just like, this is the stories I want to share, this is my post, but planning out your content, having that content ready, having those opportunity stories ready, having that batched content ready. And I don't know if this interests anyone, but if it does, I am more than happy to show you guys how I batch out my content on another training. Let me know, because if it's something that interests you guys, let me know in the chat. I will totally plan out a training. Okay, we want it. Got it. I will plan one. I will do a batched out training of how I plan it and how I write it out and how I know what I'm going to do, so that way I plan my business. But I need you to I need you to ask yourself, yes, mom, yeah, hi. I need you to ask yourself truthfully, when you go to your job, if you were to sit there and they were to hand you a plan or a calendar for what you're doing for the day, and you looked at it and you were like, nah, I just want to sit here. How many of y'all would still have a job? Besides you, Casey, you work for your parents. I saw that hand go up. I literally in my head thought, I was like, Casey's going to raise her freaking hand. She's going to, just to prove me wrong, but you don't count. Anyways, but for real, I want you to ask yourself, so why are you not planning out your business? Be intentional. This exactly, discipline. This is where that discipline comes in, not just motivation. And I talked about this today. I've said it before, I could be the least motivated person in the room. I don't care. Call me unmotivated. But what you will never say about me is that I'm not disciplined. And this is also where that self-development comes in, because self-development helps a lot with self-discipline. Okay? But I really want you guys to get intentional. Stage with intention. What I mean by this, if you guys are taking pictures in your stories, that counts as content, okay? Stage it. Do a cute picture, a cute video of your capsules and add some music in the background. If you don't have a pretty background, grab a throw pillow, grab a throw blanket, create a cute little background and like toss your capsules out on it. Or there are a ton. Take some time to make your stories. Take some time to make your captions. Take some time to make all of your content. If you are not being intentional, and you are just snapping a picture and going, I need you to get a little bit more intentional. Yeah, use your Christmas tree. Use your walls, use pictures of your house, use your kitchen, use if you have pretty flooring. I don't care what it is, but you need to use it and you need to be intentional. People notice when you put in effort into your business. They might not say it, but watch your engagement, watch your interactions go up when you are intentionally posting, when you are intentionally doing content. There are two really good video apps or content apps that you can use also for your stories, Teza and Splice. I think I said those right. I have them in my phone, but I've recently been using Splice and playing around with it. And how I do it, because I love all of my preset and all of my stuff to kind of mesh together. I use a preset on my stories. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I personally do. And for me, when I put it into Splice, I will do so I get my Instagram preset is I take it on my Insta stories with my preset. I'll do like a cool little video, whatever it is. I'll do and then I save it. There's an arrow for you to be able to save right there. There's an arrow. And it's like a down arrow. If you click that, it goes into your camera roll. You can then upload 4 or 5 of those little videos that you just took on your Instagram story into Splice and create one video, and bam, your 3-step video. Okay, get intentional, have some fun, play around with some of these. If you are feeling like you aren't getting interactions or you aren't getting engagement or whatever it may be, ask yourself, when was the last time you had fun making content? Get creative. When was the last time you got creative making content? When was the last time you used a backdrop? Rob made me this, you guys can't see it because you're on it, but he made me this desk and I used it the other day as a background. I was like, oh, that looks really good. And I started being intentional with this wooden desk. It's something as simple as that. So I need you to get intentional with your stories, intentional with your picture content. Just get a little bit creative. You don't have to be the most creative person in the world, because guess what? You can literally go on Pinterest and type in Instagram story ideas. There will be a ton that pop up. Instagram reel ideas. There will be a ton that pop up. Instagram product content ideas, a ton of stuff that pop up. You can just remake things if you aren't creative or you aren't in a creative space currently. You can do so many things. My last one that I want to talk about is reels. Reels are huge. For a little bit there, I got in my own head. It happens to everybody. And I stopped doing them. But when they first came out, I was doing them a lot and I was getting a lot of interaction from them. The last 2 days I've done them and my interactions have only gone up. You need to do reels. And I'm saying like 3 times a week. If you haven't done any yet, start with 1, but get creative. Y'all, I steal people's ideas all the time on reels. Who cares? Get creative, have fun with it, borrow other people's creativity. The thing of it is when TikTok came out, who remembers how insanely popular TikTok was, and it took off, and then something happened and then they were it's getting deleted, I don't know. I don't pay attention to the news. I turn it off. But something happened and Instagram came out with reels. It's literally Instagram is telling you, let me market you for free. Literally, Instagram is saying, let me market you for free. They are pushing reels out it's the first thing you see on the Explore page. They are pushing them out to everybody's algorithm like crazy because they want to outdo TikTok. Y'all, Instagram does not like anything that takes away from it. Facebook does not like anything that takes away from it. That's why Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same people. They didn't like to compete with each other, so one of them bought the other one. I think TikTok is not in the US. I honestly, I have no idea. So no one can buy it. So now they're just replacing it. Y'all, I don't know. I really have no idea. I could be lying. But I'm guessing because otherwise they would buy it. But instead they came out with their own version. It is literally there because they want to market you. It is like a network marketing dream. Yeah. Oh, okay. they're going to limit MLM on platforms, TikTok. See, that's why. Thank you, Christina Tammy. Her boy Bob told her. But you know, so for me, it's huge that you use them. I really, 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 really want you guys to try one if you haven't. And if you do them, can we commit to at least 3 a week? If not, hey, that's on you. But I'm going to tell you, you're missing free paparazzi basically for your business. Make them however you want. It can be about products. It can be about the comp plan. It can be a funny dance. It can be like today I did a 4-second one and I got so much dang interactions in 4 seconds. They're like a mini movie experience. And that's like the newest thing. If you haven't seen all over the place, everybody's doing like mini movie experiences, like mini clips. That's what these are. Do it for your business. Yep. See, when people do dances, their pages blow up. There you go. I have not explored into that. I don't know. We'll see. But maybe if I'm asking y'all to do it, I might as well, right? So maybe that'll be my next one, is a little dance. But maybe I'll make Rylan dance in one and it's fine. I'll have him do one. But for real, you need to really, really get out of your comfort zone. I need everybody to get comfortable with getting uncomfortable. So that's basically it. Does anybody have any specific questions about Instagram that I can answer? If you do, throw them in the chat. And I will be happy to answer them for you. But for me, those are the biggest things when working my Instagram business. Using my stories, my interactions, my content of designing my feed, being intentional with my content, and then I started adding in reels. Looking at insight, what's a good range to hit when it comes to how many accounts you reach? I don't really look at that, honestly. If we are being very, very honest, I am not huge on like, I have to follow 78 people, if that makes sense, or I have to reach, because I feel like the more intentional you are with adding value to your content, that's where that being intentional with your content comes in. Because for me, it's quality over quantity. Y'all know I hit 80K with less than 300 followers on Instagram. So for me, it's super, super, super important to really, really worry about the quality that you're putting out versus how many likes you're getting or how many followers you're getting. Do we want to grow our network? Of course. But to me, the largest part of all of that is your 3-2-1s of growing relationships. If you spent the entire rest of this year just getting to know the people that you already follow, I would love that. Like that to me, like, yes, you need to grow your network if you feel like you've already done 3-2-1s or you know all your followers. But if you can't say you know, or you've had a conversation or you've interacted with every single person that you follow, you really need to start working there, right? You got to work on those relationships, because to me, quality is so much more important than the number of people you're following or that are following you. Because views and likes don't always mean dollar signs. Y'all know I've said it once, I'll say it 1,050 times. Likes to me are monopoly money. You can't take an Instagram like to the bank, right? So I would rather have that intentional interaction. Do you follow back everyone that follows you? I do not. If they are a thriver and they are not on my team, I actually don't follow them back. Personally, not anything against anybody, but I like to do 3-2-1s, and I use my, like my follow, like, you know, for my 3-2-1s, my interactions. And no offense, but like nobody who is a thriver is my potential. And that's what I use my social media for work. I always said that if I wasn't a network marketer, I probably wouldn't have social media today. I am such a introvert, and I love to not leave my house, and being on social media besides building, the thing that I love about network marketing is it pulled that side out of me to where I love the relationships. So I don't need the views or anything like that. And I get to connect with you guys, with thrivers, on Zooms and in team chats. So for me, it keeps it to kind of slim it down. That's why I like post love and stuff. I don't get too caught up in post love. Post love is not an IPA. Well, I do it every now and then, of course. Like if I have a couple minutes, I love to love on y'all. If I see your stuff on Facebook, I love to love on y'all, but it's not an IPA. And with how busy life is, we need to stick to IPAs and that kind of stuff. So for me, I don't follow everybody back. When they follow me, I try and do 3-2-1s on them. If I can do a 3-2-1 on them, then I hit follow back. But if I can't, then I don't. Let me see. Do you ever go to your followers that are already following you and you're not following back and follow through there and do 3, 2, 1s? So if I'm not following them, but they're watching my stories, I do 3, 2, 1s on those because I think it's really hard to know except for clicking individually. And I have like almost 20,000 followers on Instagram. So for me, it would take a really, really long time to go through each one and see who I'm following. And to do it that way, I know I could see because the follow, like it says if I'm following them on the side and stuff. But for me, I really like to interact with those that are already seeing my stuff. If there comes a time when that number like dwindles down, will I probably go through that? Yes, but there's also a ton of fake accounts in the people that follow you. So it's hit and miss. If you're looking for a new way to interact, 100%. Have I done it before? Yes. Do I do it daily? No. I tend to do my stories, my people I'm following. And then if I feel like I have had just like a really killer day of like interactions with people that I already am like talking to, and I need some new ones, then I'll go to the people that are following me. But a lot of thrivers follow me. So it's really most of my time is weeding through people who are already followers or who are already thrivers. So I don't like, hey, you know what I mean? And try and like waste, like, I don't want to waste their time. I don't want them to be in social media just talking to me like small talk, because I'm not a small talk kind of person. So I like to build relationships. And I like to do that through my stories and through like the 3, 2, 1s, if that helps. Do you mainly focus on your 5s when following? I did it. Oh no, it was in the boot camp. I was gonna say I just did a growing my network training, but it was in the boot camp. I don't when I follow people. I do my 3, 2, 1s based on my 5s. I don't follow people based on my 5s just because they might not use social media. Like when I started this business, my social media was atrocious. It had nothing to do with my 5s, nothing to do with M's 5s. I enrolled with M. And so if she were to have messaged me or only had followed me because I matched her 5s, like I would have never found her. So I personally don't. I like to just follow people and then I weed through my 5s with my 3, 2, 1. How long do y'all spend for batch content? It gets easier as you do it. The first time it'll probably take a while. I don't have an exact amount of time, but the first time takes a little bit. It's just like riding a bike, right? You're going to be wobbly when you first start, but then once you got it, it's like you can do it. So don't give up on it. Batch out some content. Get some content batched out for this week. It's Monday. Take some time tonight and get like 6 more pictures or 6 captions or 6 stories that you want to talk about. And then really start from there. Batching out some different content ideas. But again, intentionally do it. Use your house. I know a lot of times people are like, I can't get cute pictures. I don't go anywhere. Like, y'all, my entire Instagram is me like sitting on my counter, standing in my kitchen, sitting in my couch, out by my front door, you know, like stuff like that. No, my boot camp is not on YouTube. Well, it is on YouTube, but it's unlisted. It's only for my downline in my like my personal downline. So that is in it. So it was something that I was able to do for the end of year for those who chose to join me and be on my team. I open up my Monday chats to anyone in any team within our company. So this is just a way for me to do something special for my personal downline. So I hope you guys understand that. But yeah, Pinterest works really well. There are so many ideas. That's how I learned how to have fun with my stories when I was learning how to do text and stuff behind pictures and how to copy and paste. There are so many fun. If you want to just have some fun with your Instagram stories at first while you're learning how to do things, stories are a great way how to learn. And you can go onto Pinterest and type in Insta stories. And you will learn so many fun things. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. I am super excited. I will figure out if Facebook training is going to be next Monday, or maybe we'll start off the new year. I'm sure I'll figure it out by like Sunday or Monday morning. So it'll be a surprise for all of us. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. A happy holidays, a Merry Christmas. I know Hanukkah already passed. So if you celebrate Hanukkah like me, I hope that you had a great Hanukkah. And I hope that you get to spend time with your loved ones. And yeah, so have a great rest of your week. Remember to plan and really batch out some stuff. And if you can never over plan your business, but you can under plan it. And that's by treating it like a hobby. So have a great rest of your week, guys. Love y'all. Bye.